phone. So, I am going to wait a few minutes to let people join because this is a surprise live. And I didn't make the announcement that I was going live. So, we're going to wait a few minutes. So go grab your drink, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. And let's just wait a few minutes. I'm cleaning my glasses. It takes a minute for YouTube to notify people that I'm live. Sounds like a beer, doesn't it? I'm having a beer at 7:52 on a Sunday morning. No, I'm not. That was a joke. I don't drink beer. Is it Kasami? Is that right? You're here all the time, and you're so sweet. I know Kayla talks to you because she had told me that she had reached out to you through your Etsy shop. So you should post your Etsy shop on here so we can go shop. So I can help you out. Good morning, Brenda, Melissa, Dawn. Good morning. Good morning, my best friend, Diane. Good morning, Jane. Kasumi. How can I remember that? Sue me. Somebody's going to sue me. That's how I remember. Kasumi. That's the coolest name ever. I want to know where you got that name. I've never heard it. I don't think Dee Dee's pregnant. I think she's just getting milk and leaking mucus for the heck of it. Honestly. I don't understand. This morning, oh my gosh. Okay, so every morning, the routine is I go out there and I start to the right and I go let the chickens out. And then when I get to the big animals, like one side of the farm is chickens, one side of the farm is chickens, and then the big animals are on the other side. So I start over here and I go to let the chickens out. Then I go let the big animals out. And then I go let the other chickens out. Then I start going checking to see if there's any babies on the farm. So this morning I go out there, and every single morning, just about every single morning, Shishi, Freddie, and boyfriend are all packed in like pigs in the pig house. And so I go in there, and boyfriend's in there by himself. And I was like, where's Shishi? Is she? Because last time she gave birth, she separated herself and she went into the other, it's the old goat barn before we had our big barn. And so I go over there and she's nowhere to be found. So then I was like, oh, she ain't having babies. So I found her asleep in the hay by the hayloft. I was like, you little turd. I thought you were having babies. So anyway, so I have her due April 27th. So we will see. We'll see. I don't think my numbers are right. But, you know, I have been saying that Dee Dee was due April 12th since day one. And what is today? 7th. So we have 4 days. So I will tell you something. If she has that baby April 12th, I'm going to be so proud of myself. Just saying. Because what I do, I got to take these glasses off because I can't read your comments right now. So what I do is when I go out there, or when I see like Dexter interested or boyfriend interested, because they do this they're gross. And they stick their, nose all up into girls' business, and they turn their lip up like this. You know what I'm saying? Like the stanky lip. And I'm like, write it down. Because I know that they're smelling the girl, and I know that it means the girl's in heat. So I write down the day, so I know that, Dee Dee, her gestation period is 9 months. And so I go and write it down, but I'm not, I have never, ever, I've never seen boyfriend and she mate or breed. I've never seen Dexter and Dee Dee breed, and I've never seen the Peacocks breed. Ever. ever. Now, chickens, yes. Goats, yes. But I've never seen them. So, like, it's all a guessing game. You know, like when you're on a farm, you don't really, because even when the vet comes and the vet comes and he does an ultrasound and he goes, yes, she's pregnant. I'm like, well, how far along? Well, it's not like the human being ultrasound where they can measure and go, oh, you're measuring 4 months in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like a human being is like that. But an animal, you would think that they could do that. You would think that they could take an ultrasound, take a measurement of the baby pigs, because he sees the baby pigs in there. You would think he could measure it and say, she is measuring 2 months and 4 days. But they don't. They say, I think she's halfway. So then, in my head, I'm like, halfway? I think she's more than halfway. But obviously he's probably right, because I had Shishi due on March the 27th, and I had her due on April the 27th, and I had no idea why I did that. I'm brain dead. I was probably busy and messed up the days. So obviously she's not due March 27th because that has passed. So if she's due April 27th, which is my birthday, how much fun would that be to have baby pigs on my birthday? She would have been half. So the vet is 100% correct in saying she's halfway. The gestation for a pig is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Like, what the heck? Why didn't they just say 4 months? Anyway, very strange gestation period for a pig. So if that is the case, then my vet is correct in saying that he thought she was halfway. Now, Dee Dee this time, I did not get him to check her because I knew she was pregnant. I mean, I guess I've been there, done that, and I know. Like, I can tell. Like, when she sits down and her tutu looks like it's about to bust open, she's pregnant. So, like, I didn't get him to check her. And a lot of people are like, Dee Dee is so big, she's going to have twins. And so, obviously, I have been doing my research. And, yes, cows can have twins, but it's not very, it's like 1%. So, don't tell her, but she's a fat butt. It's what she is, okay? She's not, I do not think she's having twins. And the vet said, no, she's not having twins. So, she was huge with Cinco, too. But I'm sitting here in my brain, I'm like, okay, I think she's bigger this time around than she was with Cinco. So, I'm like, it's probably a bull. I don't want a bull. I can't deal with 2 bulls. So, I'm hoping it is not a bull. I'm hoping it is a heifer, but she's pretty big. So, I'm thinking the boy's bigger than a girl. So, I'm thinking this is going to be a boy. And I can't remember, one of you followers, I don't remember who it was, but I was scrolling. Listen, I always read your comments. Always. Every single comment, I read them. So, I was reading comments, and someone said, Judy, if, it may have been Teresa, anyway, or Mary, I don't know. But they said, Judy, if she has the baby on the eclipse, you need to name it Eclipse. And I was like, now how cool would that be? So I was like, I'm naming it Eclipse if it's born Monday. It's definitely boy or girl, because that could be a boy name or a girl name. So I'm naming it Eclipse. But it feels like, in a way, it's hard to say Eclipse. Like Dexter. Like, Eclipse doesn't have 2 syllables. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, when Eclipse is in trouble, Eclipse! I don't know. It doesn't sound right. Like, I feel like it needs a name with Eclipse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need 2 syllables. Dexter, Dee Dee, Eclipse. So anyway, but I can't keep the baby calf because God has not blessed me with 50 acres yet. I think he is one day. I really do. But I don't have enough room to keep 3 cows. I can't. So the baby will be finding a home. But I was glad that Chestnut Hills Farmstead kept Cinco's name. So anyway, I just think it would be cool if, you know, Dee Dee had Cinco on Cinco de Mayo, and then if she had this next baby on the eclipse. How cool would that be? Like, she would, that's just cool. So I'm just on YouTube. I feel like us creators need to boycott Facebook. Just saying. I feel so sorry for Lester right now. In my head, I can think about myself, and I have been growing Facebook. See, I started Facebook December 9th, 2019. And I have worked so hard to build a following. And I'm only at almost 40,000 followers on Facebook. And I can only imagine how these big creators like Jason and Brooke, Arms Family Farm, you know, and Lester, they have worked their tail off to get a following. They've worked so, they have been consistent and showed up every single day to bring content to their followers. And then Facebook just jacking them over. That's not good. So, like, I really feel sorry for them. And I thought in my head, I really need to put my emphasis on YouTube, because YouTube is so creator friendly versus Facebook. And seeing Facebook mess over these big channels, I mean, if they'll do it to Lester and Jason and Brooke, they definitely gonna do it to me and my small channel. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just feel like YouTube is the way to go. And I feel like when I first, let me just say this. I did a short on this, but this time last year, I was getting ready. I got invited to go to Petals from the Past. It's a meet and greet. Y'all know that. It's a meet and greet. I felt so honored that they would ask me to come to that. But I was embarrassed to go to it. Because I only had, like, I don't know, I want to say, like, I had 800 subscribers. I didn't even have 1,000. I wasn't even, like, meeting the threshold. They're like, Judy, come. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna know who I am, but I'll go, sure. And so, this time last year, I had 800 subscribers. And here it is a year later, and I have over 19,000. And I'm like, what in the heck has happened in the past year? Like, what the heck? I appreciate you guys so much following my journey. I want to tell you that I have my feelings hurt, though. I'm not going to lie. I have my feelings hurt. My favorite video that I've put out in 1 year was the last video that I put out. And nobody's watching it. And I'm like, I don't know if YouTube's not showing it. I'm like, y'all, that is the best, sweetest video ever. Like, go watch it. But then I was thinking about, as a creator, we find ourselves focusing on a number, and that's not good. It's not good, because we will get ourselves beat up. Because I've been like, when I didn't have that many views on this video, I was like, I suck a big old fat meatball sandwich. I mean, like, nobody wants to watch my content. I'm not bringing good stuff. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute, Judy. I started, just bear with me. I was sitting here this morning beating myself up because I was like, my videos suck. They suck. And then, because that's what we do as creators. And so I sat there, and I had like, I think it was 668 views, which is the worst that's ever happened in the history of Snead's Farmhouse. Okay, that is the worst. And so I was sitting here and I was beating myself up over a number, which every one of us creators do this. It's just part of the beast. And then I sat and I put myself into this room. I was imagining myself in this room. And then I was imagining 668 people sitting in a room with me. And I was like, that's a lot of people. 668 people are sitting in the room with me with their eyes on me while I speak. And I was like, Judy, that's so not kind of you to say that there's not very many people watch your video. But see, on YouTube, 668 is terrible. It's terrible. Like, you don't get paid for videos, for you guys watching. You do not get paid for videos until you meet 1,000 views. You get paid per 1,000, okay? Well, when I have 668, I just killed myself to video, to record, to edit for zero reason. And I'm like, oh my God, it took hours to record that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, as creator, we're like, what are we doing wrong? And then I just tried to be gentle on myself and go, you know what, Judy? Your focus is not on how many people watch your videos. That is not my focus. My focus is to make a difference in at least one person's life. So if 668 people watched my video, there's a possibility that one person out of that 668 was touched by my video. And I was like, I sometimes lose my focus and I get stuck on a number because that's what creators do. But I had to stop myself and go, that is not your focus, Judy. That is not your focus. Your focus is to make a difference in someone's life. But when you're a creator and you put so much thought and effort into creating a video, and then it takes hours to edit, make sure the music is right, the volume is right, that everything is correct, it's like you want to get at least $12. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, $12 would buy at least, it wouldn't even buy half of a bag of chicken food. But at least I could put $12 towards a bag of chicken feed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, it's hard being a creator. But I would love to go to this convention where all the creators get together and just talk about how jacked up we are mentally trying to create videos and trying to put out good content and trying to make a difference in someone's life. Like, I would love to sit down with like all these channels and go, my name is Judy. I'm here because I'm jacked up over social media. The reason, you know what I mean? Like, everyone talk about what goes on, you know, like behind the scenes of being a creator, because it is probably, now I have been in sales my entire life. What I did prior to Snead's Farmhouse was I worked for several companies where I sold services. Like I used to work for Dale Carnegie. I don't know if y'all know what Dale Carnegie is, but it's a motivational, I guess you call it school. It's not a school, but like where companies send their employees to classes to learn how to gain like speaking skills or stuff like that. I worked for them. I worked for Verizon Wireless for a long time. That's where I loved Verizon Wireless. To this day, I love Verizon Wireless. It was a great company to work for. And I worked for them for several years. And I'm not going to get into the story of why no longer work for them. I've told the story before, but then I went to work for AT&T and did the same thing. When I was at Verizon, I sold data to hospitals. So, like, for example, like if the hospital wanted their OB doctors to see contractions from their cell phone, I sold the program to the hospital so that doctors could be at home and not have to call the hospital to know what the contractions were for their patients. That's what I kind of did. And so I would be in these sales meetings with CEO of the hospital. So, like, I really had to sell myself, right? You would think that would be more pressure than being a creator on social media, right? I'm sitting in front of CEOs of hospitals, big, huge hospitals, trying to sell myself to them. That's a lot of pressure. But I will tell you, being a creator is so difficult. It's so hard. I think, I don't know if you understand this, but maybe you can relate to me. But you know how when there's something that you're trying to do, like, let's just say you're on a diet, okay? And you're on a diet for a week. And in a week, you wanted to lose all your weight. All 45 pounds that you needed to lose, you just wanted to accomplish that in a week. You know what I'm saying? And then go back to eating wrong and not gain the weight back and stay at the weight that you lost in 45 pounds in a week. You know how we want it now. This world, including myself, we want it now. We're not willing to work for it. We want it now. And a lot of the younger generations that you see, they don't understand. Like for example, I'm 53 years old. So the things that I have today, I have worked for 53 years to get to where I am today, talking about financial situations. Well, my children that are 20-something, they think they should have the same thing that I have. And I'm like, dude, I'm 53. I didn't, like we had to work. You know what I'm talking about? I had to work every single day for 53 years to get where I am today. It didn't happen overnight. But like we as human beings, we want it now. We want to work for a week and have it now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, if I was building a relationship with a friend, okay, one person, and to build a relationship with one person, let's say, you maybe talk to them on the phone. You might, you know, send them a card. You might ask them to go to dinner. You build a relationship. You share with them intimate things about yourself and things you've been through with your life. You like build a relationship. And it takes a while to build a good, healthy relationship. And when you're a creator, we're like a 20-year-old, okay? We want it now. We want it now. The focus of me with having social media is to make a difference. I'm a nonprofit, right? So like, I am a 20-year-old and want a relationship with y'all today. I want us to be BFFs today. And it takes a lot of time for me to build trust with someone that's never laid eyes on me in person. You know what I'm saying? So like, I've never seen you in person. You've never seen me in person. And it takes time for you to get to know who I am and for me to get to know you, who you are. It takes time to build trust and relationship. And as a creator, we have to remember that. You've never seen us in person. You're not going to trust us. And you're not going to trust the decisions we make because you don't know us. You know us through a TV screen or a telephone. And so oftentimes I feel like I'm 20 years old and I'm wanting instant relationships. And I haven't earned that trust with you guys. I haven't. I have to prove myself that I am who I say I am, right? Because you guys are watching and you're critiquing, and you either follow someone because they make a difference in your life, or you follow someone because you want to farm, or you follow someone because I don't know what you follow them for, to be honest. So, like, it takes time for us to build a relationship so we can dance together. And I have to remember that. So, like, oftentimes when you're a creator and there's only 668 people watching your video, you feel like a darn loser. You're like, I might as well just forget this. I might as well, like, I'm putting forth all this effort, and then I have to stop myself and go, Judy, you have to build a relationship with these people. You can't expect in 1 year to have this huge following like Jason and Lester. Like, they've worked 7 to 10 years to build a trust relationship with these people. It ain't gonna be handed to you. You know how if you sat down and talked to your grandchildren right now, or your children, you're going to say nothing is handed to you. You're going to work for it. You're going to work for it. You want a new car? Well, get out there, get your butt out there and get a job. Get a job. You know, I worked 2 jobs my whole entire life. You want a new car? It is not getting handed to you. You're going to work for it. You know what I'm saying? We say that. But then when it's our own stuff, like losing weight, like, I need to lose 45 pounds before Friday. And I will work my butt off for 1 solid week. Well, if you sit here and think, okay, you're going to have to work your butt off for 6 months to get where you're going. And it's the bottom line is do you have enough patience and discipline to get where you're going? Because you have to build a relationship with yourself and eat right and learn. Because if you just lose 45 pounds and don't change your lifestyle, guess what? You're going to gain it back. It's the same thing with being in a relationship with you guys. If I just work at it for 1 year, well, that ain't long enough for us to be really close and for you to know who I am and to get to know how I treat Larry, or how I treat Shane, or how I treat my animals, or how I treat the public. What are my goals? What am I trying to accomplish? You see what I'm saying? It takes time. So I've had to really have some heart-to-heart conversations with myself this morning, because I got stuck on a number and I was like, shame on you, Judy. Shame on you. But what I experienced this morning is normal. That is what's normal for a creator. We beat ourselves up when people start attacking us or our numbers are not good, because we put hours of time into documenting our lives. And then when people don't watch, we're like, I am the most boring person in the whole wide world. Why do I even try? But anyway, okay, I'm gonna put my glasses back on and read what y'all are saying. Who started last year? Let me see who you're talking about. James Diamond Owl. What y'all talking about? I'm not even in this conversation. What are y'all talking about? Where are you located? I am in Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. I can't sing. I wish I could, though. If I could sing, I think that I would be, I would probably be in Nashville. No, I wouldn't sing country. If I was a singer, I would be singing pop. I definitely, I see my little Nightbot on here. How awesome is that? So all this new stuff, you can thank Karen Fan and her awesome self for all this new stuff because your grandson was mowing your yard yesterday. How sweet is that? See, Jane D, I get you. Me too. I'm like, I need it, and I need it in a week. You know? But like if I sat down Lester and said, Lester, can I please come to Texas and sit you and Jamie down and talk to y'all? I'm sure they'd let me. But I would go, I'd like to know how you got to where you are today. I wonder what they would tell me. Oh, I dropped my phone. I think Lester would say, Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't, I think Lester would tell me, I don't know, Jane. I've talked to Lester on the phone several times, but I've not talked to Jamie. I feel like Jamie, I don't know her well enough to know what she would. I feel like Jason and Brooke would say, keep plugging on, because that's what they tell me. Keep doing you, Judy. Keep going. Just keep on keeping on. That's what they all, Brooke is, she holds my hand a lot through this. So I think she would tell me that. I keep taking my glasses off and then I can't see. My nose is running too. Jamie's a sweetheart. She's so, let me tell you what I love about Jamie. This is my favorite thing about Jamie. I love that she wears her pearls. I think that's so me. Of course, I don't have on pearls, but I just think Jamie is cool because she wears pearls and she's a farm girl and she's pretty all the time. You know what I mean? A lot of farm girls they ain't got time, you know? And Jamie, of course, I know Jamie works the job, but I think Jamie is so beautiful. And I just love that she's prissy. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love that she's in her pearls and her cute little ruffly shirt. You know what I'm saying? Is that not me? Of course, I'm in a sweatshirt right now. But I am supporting Kalmbach. But I just think I think Jamie and I could be friends. I really do. I think Jamie and I would get along really good. I think Jane D. I love that name, Jane D. Jane D. My mom's name was Jane. But yes, no, I did not see Lester doing that. You have to say, yeah, Eddie Family Farm, I've met them. As a matter of fact, in September at Petals from the Past, they were my next door neighbor. And I felt really stupid because I thought his name was Eddie. I don't have time to watch a lot of videos. And I went up to him and I said, hey, Eddie, I love what you do. And he's like, my name is not Eddie. And I was like, oh, shit. I felt really dumb. But he laughed at me. He laughed at me because I called him Eddie. Yeah. I didn't realize his last name was Eddie. Walker Family Farm love Cassie. Now, Cassie and I talk. But Cassie is precious. Precious. You know, let me tell you who else I love from the bottom of my heart is R. Brown. What is it? Why am I having R. Brown Farmhouse? That's their names. Nico and Natalie, the most precious people in the whole wide world. Oftentimes, I call Nico and go, Nico, could you give me a pep talk? And he is the sweetest thing. He will sit there for 30 minutes and give me a pep talk. I'm like, please just give me a pep talk. And he's like, okay, Judy, we're building a community. We're not building a number. We're building a community. And I feel like Nico could be a famous motivational speaker. He could. He is the best motivator in the world. And when I'm looking for funny, like to make fun of myself, it is definitely Zoe and Nick. We text each other and I'm like, hey, listen to this. Like when people cut us down, we send each other the comments, like when I'm told my hair's a cheese ball or whatever, I send it to Zoe and she's like, well, your hair is a cheese ball. Well, look at my eyeliner. And people will talk about her eyeliner. So Zoe and I will go back and forth with each other and go, you daggum cheese ball. Well, at least my eyeliner ain't all jacked up. Anyway, it's people. When you're a creator, you really have to lean on other channels because it's a hard job. It is harder than being in the CEO office of a hospital trying to sell data, to me, because you have all these people critiquing everything that you do. But it's like most of the time I do well. Sue, you'll have to come to Pedal. If you come to the September event at Pedals, it's a lot larger. A lot of the Oklahoma channels come to Pedals in September. Excuse me. The April event is just Alabama people. And for you people that have never met Kayla, Kayla will be at the table with me or the booth with me in April. So you can, for all you Kayla lovers, she will be there signing autographs. No, Heidi, I don't think she and Dee Dee are pregnant. I think it's just some imagination of mine. Diane, I think I should just, if I was a real farmer, I would actually, go out there and do the C-section of Dee Dee. But, I'm not a real farmer, I'm told, because real farmers know how to properly do a C-section on a cow. Yeah, that's what Diane is talking about. Oh my God. Wow, people are nuts, though. Yeah, Atlanta's not that far from Pedals. You should come see us. Heidi, where are you from? Didn't you come from Lester's channel? Thank you, Dawn. This lady literally told me that I was not a farmer because I didn't know how to do a C-section on a cow. Yeah. Just open her up, slice her open, and oh. It's supposed to rain in Alabama all next week, and Shane and I were going to start our hay barn today. And I don't know if we can do it because if we put the poles in with concrete, we need it to set up, and if it rains all week, we might have issues. How do I knock the cow out? Let's think about it. Okay, so like if I was a true farmer and knew how to do a proper C-section on the cow. So, first of all, do you think that I would be able to keep, like, how do I keep Dee Dee still to slice her stomach open? I could maybe, like, get Kayla to have one of those tranquilizer guns where she could shoot Dee Dee and she falls over like this. And maybe, Darren Knight, shut the front door. Oh, is that not Darren Knight? Kayla, did you just put him in timeout? Is it not? Wait a minute. Karen, you put him in timeout. Don't put him in timeout. Karen. Darren Knight has like 3 million followers. Oh, hang on, maybe. Oh, God, Karen. Darren Knight has 3 million followers. I've been trying to get in touch with Darren Knight. Oh, my gosh. Darren Knight is a comedian. And he is the funniest thing in the whole wide world. Okay? And I've been trying to get in touch with him. Darren! Dear Jesus! I have been trying to get Red Squirrel to contact you. And she ain't met. Listen. Let me calm down for just a minute because I'm excited that you're here. Okay? Darren, I have to tell you what happened. So this girl from my job, my old job, sends me this message because she sees that I'm Snead's Farmhouse in Alabama, and she is a Darren Knight fanatic fan, okay? And she contacts me and she says, Judy, you have got to meet Darren Knight. And I was like, he ain't gonna give me the time of day. I'm just this little peon in Coleman with the farm. And she was like, no, you and Darren are just alike. You, Darren, and Red Squirrel would be hilarious together. So she contacted you. Supposedly it was you. She contacts you and she says, Judy, I have contacted him and he's going to meet with you. And I'm like, how does she talk to Darren? But I didn't really go into details. Next thing I know, Darren Knight is contacting me. This was last year. So Darren Knight, you are contacting me. Yeah. And I was like talking to you. And to make a long story short, I was not talking to you. I was talking to this person that was pretending to be you, Darren. Yeah. Hang on, let me see what you're saying. So anyway, Darren, so I was so heartbroken because I thought I was talking to you and I wasn't. So a year's gone by and then you pop up again. I'm like, dude, this guy, because people were texting me or tagging me in your post. And I was like, dude, he ain't gonna message me. I've already tried to talk to him and that got some moron that wasn't him. I'm not talking to him again. And so your farrier, Pine Education, you know what I'm talking about? They did your pig feet. They're my farrier too. So then they said, no, Judy, he's a legit person. And then they started telling me that they got invited to your Christmas party. I'm like, could you sneak me in your back pocket and let me go in there and meet him? I was like, can I just bust up into the Christmas party and like just say, surprise, Snead's Farmhouse is here. And so I was like, that's probably not the best way to meet him. Is just to bust up in his Christmas party. Like, probably not a good idea. So all of a sudden, Red Squirrel starts following me. And I'm like, there she is. There's the ticket. I'm going to reach out to Red. She's got red hair. I got red hair. We had the same personality. Red Squirrel can help me meet them. Then I saw that Red Squirrel reads books. And I was like, Red Squirrel, I have a children's book. You have to read it. So I reached out to her. I sent her email. I was like, Red Squirrel, you got to tell me where to send this book. I want to send you my book. Okay, to make a long story short, Darren, I am a rescue. I got a phone call I'd say 2 months ago about rescuing peacocks. So I have been rescuing the peacocks, but I did a video on it, but I rescued 2 of the males, but they free range. The owner of the peacocks passed away. The peacocks are free ranging in this subdivision, okay? But across the street is the lady who contacted me. She has a farm. Well, the peacocks go into her barn. And so she is trying to trap them for me to come rescue. So I went, I think it was last Saturday, I went and rescued 2 of the boys. There's 5 females that I have to rescue. So the problem is I've got to wait for them to go into the barn. And then when they go into the barn, then I'm going to go get them myself. But if you go out to my YouTube channel, maybe Kayla or Karen could... Well, you're on my YouTube channel. What am I talking about? I was thinking I was on Facebook. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see my peacock rescue video, and you can actually watch the video, Darren, about me rescuing the peacocks. But I have 5 females I'm fixing to rescue. And how awesome would it be to know that they were going to be taken care of by your farm? So when I get those girls, I would love to bring them to you. And then at that point, we can meet. If you're interested. I'm a lot of fun, Darren. You want to meet me? Just saying. Ask my followers. Ask my subscribers. They'll tell you. They'll tell you. Anyway, maybe that I can meet with you. Thank you, Darren. Well, you can email me, and that way, if y'all don't follow Darren Knight, first of all, stop what you're doing and go follow Red Squirrel and Darren Knight, because if you want to laugh your head off, follow them. They're both comedians, and they're hilarious. Hilarious. And she's a ball of fire just like me. She's got red hair, full of energy, so much fun. So y'all go follow them. But Darren, if you could email me your contact information, because once I get the peacocks, I have to bring them straight to you, because I've not built my peacock rescue center yet. So it'll have to be a situation where I go and get them and bring them straight to you, because I don't have a middleman. So if you will email me the best way to get in touch with you, because it will be a quick thing. It's like the lady's calling me. She called me. She was like, Judy, peacock is in the barn. And I stop what I'm doing, drive to Florence, which is an hour and 15 minutes, to rescue the peacock, and then I take them to their forever home. So it will be a quick process. So you're a little popular, you know, and you're kind of hard to get in touch with. So if there's an easy way that I can get in touch with you, because it will be quick, just let me know. And I swear I'm not a stalker, and I'm not going to be texting you 400 times a day or whatever. I'm a creator too. I know how this works. So you're safe with me. I mean, I am a Darren Knight fan, but I'm not a freak. So I'm not going to blow your phone up. Okay. Yeah, send me an email. Will you put my email on here, Karen or Kayla, please? Yeah, Darren, I laughed when I saw your pig's feet going down. I went, that's my farrier. My farrier's at his house. What the heck? She just came and did my sheep and my alpacas and gave them the cutest haircut ever. Yeah, Brenda. Darren is a big dog. I can't, he has like 3 million followers. I think it is. Darren, how many followers do you have? Like 3.7 million or something like that. Hey, Darren, can I get front row tickets to your show? Can I be a guest? Can me and Kayla be a guest? How awesome would that be? Oh, yeah, he can name my baby. Listen, I have to meet Red Squirrel. I have to. 2 redheads together in one room. Can you imagine? Me and her will be in the floor. Wait, what did you ask me? The haircuts, it's on my, not last video, but the video before that. You can see the alpacas' haircuts. I have 4 alpacas, and they got, Rio has a mohawk. Yeah, he's cute as ever. You'll have to go see her haircuts that she gave my alpacas. It was amazing. She is precious. Hank Williams. I can't, Kayla. If you go, Darren, if you go to my website, you can contact me through my website, sneadsfarmhouse.com. No, I don't know why it won't let you put my email on here. I'm not sure why. Apparently there is restrictions. I can't imagine why though. My email, no, my website, maybe put my website on here, sneadsfarmhouse.com. And when you put my website on there, my email is on the website. Well, she ain't gonna. You think my farrier's gonna give me your number? She is not gonna do that. So just email me. I need to make sure it's you, Darren. You know, there's a lot of people that want to be you and have fake pages. Trust me. If anybody knows, it's Judy. Okay, that sounds good, Darren. No, Karen, I didn't. Somebody's calling me. Heidi, my one alpaca is skinny because he's young. So when I sheared him, I was like, oh, Lord, he looks anorexic. So I know what you mean. I don't know what happened. I got stuck. You know what, Cindy? I think you're right. It wouldn't surprise me if it was not him. So we need to be careful. That's why I'm not doing that. Just if you want to email me, go to my website. Kayla, is it really? I'm not sure if it's really him. Well, they're not verified on YouTube, right? Darren, I'm not sure if it's really you. Hang on. People are awful. I swear, y'all. That's what, when I tell you it's hard to be a creator, it is so hard because what happens is, I have no sound. Okay, I do have sound. You're not verified on YouTube, right? People give me a big old fat headache. You see how awful it is? Oh, gosh. let me just go look. See how hard it is? Like, this is what happens, y'all, is like, we like trust people. Like, sometimes, you know, people like this girl reached out to me and wanted help with the rehab facility, and I kill myself. So I just wasted y'all's time and my time with Darren Knight. If he only knew, if y'all could all contact him and tell him the bull crap that I have been through with him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, if it was, like, how did he know about the peahen thing? But see, people, listen, this is how terrible people are, is they'll sit here and go find what stuff about me, and then they try to, it's just awful. It's awful. I mean, it just gives me a headache. It makes me really mad. You know what I mean? That people will do that to people. Because, like, as a trusting person, you know, like, my first instinct is to trust people, which is not good. I'm not one of the people that don't trust people. You know what I'm saying? I'm one who trusts people, and then you realize, I forgot what I was doing. What was I doing? I done forgot what I was doing. Now I've got my brain all jacked up. People are cruel, y'all. Cruel. Cruel, just cruel. I mean, ugly, terrible. You feel like an idiot, you know? This is the second time someone's reached out to me telling me. But, you know, like, on Facebook, you can tell they're verified. But on YouTube, it's not. Karen, can you tell somebody's verified on YouTube? Like, does it have a little blue star? I don't think it does. People are awful. Hey, thank God y'all did spot it. But you know why I didn't spot it? Is because everything that he was saying was legit. Everything. But you notice he ain't on here anymore, so there you go. He knows he got jacked. But this, yeah, last year someone did the same thing to me. You know what I'm saying? So sad. Yes, he's Southern Mama. I see. Well, I'll tell you what. The real Darren Knight will stand up. So, that's the thing. You're probably having fun trying to trick us all, and that's not nice. You know, I'll tell you, Mr. Darren Knight, here on this page, this is a really safe place to come. And I don't know what's going on in your personal life, but obviously there's a lot of boredom. But it's not nice. It's not nice. So we're going to move on. Anyway. I guess I should let y'all go. Now I'm Debbie Downer because people are so ugly. All right. Sorry, y'all. I feel like this video has gone to heck and back. Okay, we'll talk about my birthday coming up. So, My birthday's April 27th, and I'll be 53. And normally I wouldn't celebrate my own birthday. Like, that seems so, what's the word? Selfish, I guess, that you celebrate your own birthday. But there's a reason why I celebrate my birthday. So my mother was 52, and she had a brainstem stroke that left her bedridden for 11 years, and she died choking on a hot dog. So I never really celebrated my birthday until I met the milestone of when my mom got sick. So I am 52 right now, and that was the age when my mother had a stroke. And so every birthday I celebrate because I have my health. I don't celebrate because I'm being selfish. I celebrate because I'm so thankful for having my legs, my arms, my mind, because all that was taken away from my mom when she was 52. Well, I'll be 53. So at the age of 53, my mom was completely bedridden. And and I would love to show y'all. One day I'm going to pull out a picture of my mom. But when she had the stroke, it was in her brainstem. So it affected both sides of her body. So her face, this whole side of her face was paralyzed. So her eye was shut, her mouth was drawn, and this eye was open. So she looked a little scary. So I take each birthday and I celebrate because I am so thankful for my health. And I try really hard to take care of myself mentally and physically and emotionally and spiritually, because I know that was something my mom neglected, was her health. And so I celebrate each year. I celebrate. It's almost like I celebrate for my mother, because my mother was a big birthday person. And so I make sure that I celebrate my health on my birthday. So this year I was trying to get out of my comfort zone and do something different. I was like, what am I scared to death of? Let me go face my fears. Like, what am I scared to death of? And Kayla's uncle skydives, and he talks about it a lot. And he's come over here, volunteered at my farm, him and his wife, and has helped me clean up. And we've talked about skydiving. I'm like, I would never do that. Never. And so I was driving down the road the other day, and I was like, what can I do for my birthday? Like, what can I do that's just crazy? And I was like, well, I could dye my hair purple. You know, I could go skydive. Like, what? So I was thinking of things I could do. And I was like, I'm going to skydive. Listen, scared to death to skydive. I mean, you thought I was scared to get on the tractor. The tractor is nothing compared to skydiving. Like, I'm scared to death. So it's like, I need to do it. I'm scared to death. So I called Kayla's uncle and I said, I want to skydive for my birthday. And he's like, yes, yes. He's like all excited. I said, but you got to do it with me. I can't do it by myself. You got to do it with me. But as I sit here, I went to call to make the appointment, and I got the voicemail. I think the beast is home. Oh, no, it's Larry. And so I called to make an appointment, and I had to leave a message, and he never called me back. Well, I left the message probably a week or so ago, so I was like, this is a sign. I'm not supposed to do it. Like, he ain't calling me back. So Scott, Kayla's uncle, said, did he call you back? I said, no. He goes, well, let me call him. So he called him, and he was supposed to call me back that day. Well, he never did. And I was like, this is not working. I'm not going to do this. I'm already scared to death. And, like, this person is not calling me back. Like, that doesn't give me a lot of trust, right? Well, then Scott called him again, and he said, I'll call her today. He never called me. So I'm not jumping out of a plane. Just to let you, just to let you know, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I had planned on it, but the guy's not calling me back, and I don't have a lot of confidence in someone that doesn't call me back after a week and a half. So I felt like, I'm not doing it. So I'm going to find something else to do for my birthday. It's the 27th. It's 20 days. So I thought about, I always try to buy something for myself that I wouldn't normally buy. I don't normally spend money on myself. I'm just not a shopper or anything. But I've been wanting to do some things for Snead's Farmhouse. I am a photographer wannabe. Okay. Like, my uncle is a photographer, and he worked for Bassmasters. And I just remember when I was little, like, he got to ride the Screen Machine, which is at Six Flags. It's a roller coaster. He got to ride it backwards and take pictures. And like, I don't know, I just remembered it as a kid, and I'm obsessed. Like, y'all don't know this. I'm so obsessed with taking pictures in my farm. It makes me happy. And so I have found that from the day one, I always take pictures of people that tour my farm or field trips. I always take pictures, and the reason is because it's free marketing. Like, because what happens is when I send the teacher like 50 pictures of the kids with my animals, and they're beautiful pictures, they send them to the parents, and the parents post them, and then they go, where did Susie go on our field trip? And it's just free marketing, and it's something that I enjoy. I totally enjoy doing that. And I had this desire, which I've talked about this before, but I had this desire to make cards or postcards or something. And you know, we're building the education center this year, and I feel like a picture says it all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a picture says it all. And so in my head, I'm thinking that maybe that would be something that I want to invest in, is like for my birthday, is maybe I had been talking to a couple, Retha Charlotte that's on here. Her best friend is a photographer, and I've been talking to her about what I could do. So I'm thinking about for my birthday, investing in some type of good quality camera. But I want to go to classes. Like, I want to know what the heck I'm doing. You know, I want to think that I know what I'm doing, but I don't. But I try to look, you know, like when I'm taking a picture, I look at the background to make sure there ain't a pile of poop in the background. So like, and I love close-up pictures. They just, you know, ask my kids, I should drive them crazy. Like, Mom, you literally can see up my nose because you're so close to me. Like, I love up close pictures. So I looked at Wallace Community College, which is here by my house. Sandy, that's so funny. That's what I'm talking about. I looked at Wallace Community College for some photography classes that I was thinking that I could take. Another thing that I can remember is watercolors were huge when my kids were young, where you take a black and white photo and put it on that, I don't know what kind of paper it is, where you can like pencil with oil. You know what I'm talking about? Oil paint. It's not oil painting. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I would love to do stuff like that. I think it would be relaxing. And another thing is Kayla, I think, you know, Kayla was with the group home this week. And Kayla was talking about art classes on my farm with the group home. Kayla's so brilliant. So one thing that they talked about doing was feather painting with my actual feathers from my farm. So the group home coordinator is big in arts and crafts, and part of the group home, they have an activity for arts and crafts. And we talked about having an art class here for the group home. So I think if I got them to make cards, how awesome would it be if the group home made cards? You know what I'm saying? And I was able to, you know, send them to y'all just to, for you encouragement, you know, like, or if somebody wanted to buy a card that the group home made to send to their family or what, how precious would that be? So I'm thinking about, instead of skydiving, I'm thinking about investing that way, because it's a way that, I mean, skydiving is jumping out of a plane and then I'm like, yeah, I jumped out of a plane once, but I feel like doing some types of arts and craft with the group home is everlasting. And it's something I could do with even like the small kids, like not small kids, but like smaller group homes that come, not group homes, homeschools. You know, I could always do an art class with them. And I just love photography, but I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I'm hoping that my life will slow down a little bit, that I could go take a photography class, because I will tell you, I enjoy editing videos. I love it. Like, it's fun to me. I mean, it is time consuming, but I enjoy taking a terrible video and making it into something great. So I am the same with pictures. I feel like it's part of giving back. I mean, imagine if you're here with your kids and then you walk away with this beautiful picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way for me to give back. But I think that's what I'm going to do for my birthday instead of skydiving, because I just feel like the skydiving is a dead end. I really wanted to do it, but I don't now. I've lost interest. I guess because I'm scared to death. So I thought, well, instead of me doing something that's very scary, I can do something that's very productive and that will give back on my farm. And that is something that I would love to do, is invest in giving back. And I think that's a way I can give back. I mean, we had a domestic violence shelter come here, and it was the moms with their kids and they live in a shelter. And how awesome, I hired a photographer to take pictures of the kids, because the moms couldn't afford pictures, you know, out of their pocket. And so how awesome would it be that I can do that myself? You know what I'm saying? I can say, you can bring your kids here and it's a safe place to come, and I will take pictures of your kids with animals, or you and your kids with animals. And they were so excited. So it's a way for me to give back. Okay. I'm still in the funk now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the funk. You know that TV show with the real Darren Knight? Please stand up. You know what I'm talking about? You know that TV show where there were 3 people and you had to figure out who the real person was? That's what I feel like. I feel like, Darren, you have no idea what I've been through. You have no idea. But, you know, I don't know. Okay. I have a tour in an hour. There's a family of 7 coming to my farm today. So it'll make me dance. I'm in the funk now because I hate people. They're mean. I do not like mean people. I love y'all, but I don't like mean people. You know what I'm saying? That's awful. I do not like mean people. And I really wish that it's sad that there's people like that in this world that are looking to scam you, are looking for you to click a link so you can click the link. Because this week I had somebody trying to tell me that wanted me to advertise for them. And they sent me a link. And if I would have clicked the link, then my Facebook page would have probably gotten hacked. It's just awful. It's awful that people are like that in this world. But you know what? We're not. And that's what we have to focus on is, you know, we might not be able to, quote, change the world, but we can make the world a better place to live in. And I hope that when you see my page, I hope that you know that there's a better place in this world. There is. All right, guys. You have choices. Can I talk to myself for a minute? Judy, you have two choices. You can sit it out and let this fake Darren Knight destroy your day, or you can dance and go make a difference in this family that's coming to your farm's life. And I'm going to choose to dance. I'll see y'all later. Bye.